Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for this brand new premiere. This show is called Beyond the Brand. And hi, Instagram. I have Instagram here. I have Facebook and YouTube over here. And this is the first night, so I'm really excited. I'm going to let some more people join the live so that I can see everybody's comments and shares. If you can, take a second, maybe share this, comment and let me know you're here so I know who I'm talking to. I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds and then we're gonna jump in. Hi, Lena. Lena's here. Hey, sis. Hey, IG. I'm giving everybody a couple minutes to jump in and then we're gonna just talk branding really quickly. I'm not going to get too deep into all the mechanisms of branding, but we're gonna just kind of lay some foundations down. Hey, Pastor, the best coach on the planet. Make sure you guys follow him at 2C Jesus and CMI and DS Riddick 2. Thank you guys for joining. I'm coming back to this later. Thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you for sharing. I'm gonna wait about 30 more seconds. And as you guys pop in, let me know where you're at. Let me know where you're from, where you're tuning in from. Let me see if I can get a little. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna jump into it. Thank you guys for hopping on. This is new for me. So be nice, okay? But I'm very excited about this whole Beyond the Brand talk, this live chat that I'll do every week. Evelina tuning in from Newport News. That's my location as well. I know the 7 cities are about to kind of just fall in here. But I really just wanted to talk about the purpose of your voice, right? I want to talk about what a brand is, number one. Secondly, I want to talk about finding your fearless. What is that thing that you'll do if nobody saw you doing it? Like, you'll just do it. The thing that you'll do without pay, the thing that you'll do in your sleep, like you are just naturally good at it. But then also the thing that you feel like you were put on the earth to do. Hi, Miss Portia. Thank you so much for hopping on. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. So yeah, what is the thing that you feel like you are kind of created to do? And then I want to talk about your vision and like I mentioned, the power of your voice. A little bit about me. I'm not going to talk about me a lot at all because I want to talk about you all and what you have to kind of get out of yourselves. But I am, I'm a brand strategist. I help a lot of people kind of build up their brands and their images, specifically on social media. There's two types of brandings. There's print branding, where you kind of print your name or your logo on items and send that out. You know, you got business cards, you got books, you have shirts, and all of that I'll talk about. But then you have digital branding. Hi, C. Shout out to the Mudbang twins, the Mudbang queen. Sierra is like my big sister, but she's doing her thing. I can't wait to bring you on, Cece, so we can talk about the Mudbang queens, because they have like over like tens of thousands of views on YouTube. So that's an influencer I can't wait to talk about. So you have print branding. So the stuff that you print and kind of get out the information about who you are, how to find you. And then you have digital branding. And that's the branding that goes across your social media platforms, your email platforms, just all of the branding that's digital. And so I focus more on that area. And then there's also personal branding versus business branding. Personal brands usually are just an individual. It is, I have a message, I have a slogan, a logo, a business that I'm trying to get out. But I want to more so focus on how I get this message out to people. And so a lot of coaches have personal brands. A lot of leaders have personal brands. But then you have business brands. Business brands are like Walmart, right? Anybody know the slogan for Walmart? Like when you hear Walmart, what's the first thing that you think? Type it in the comments real quick for me. This is going to have to be interactive. Walmart, what's the first thing you think when you hear Walmart? Okay. Roll back. Walmart, they have branded rolling their prices back. So that's a part of their voice. They have made it their brand to say, we have what you need discounted. Everything you can think of, we have it rolled back. And then you have, okay, this is an easy one, y'all. Nike. What's the first thing you think of when you hear Nike? Drake has it in his lyrics. I think it's on the first or second song. He says, Nike didn't pay me to say, they paid me to just, all right, I'll give it to you. Thank you, Kels. Thank you. Just do it. Nike says, just do it. So it's almost like a message that these brands, whether it's personal or it's business, it's a slogan that they want you to remember. And then it gets even more deeper because sometimes they'll take the slogan off and they'll just have an image. And that's also a part of their brand. And so I'll talk all the mechanisms and all of that later on, but your brand is the message that you want to leave, but it's also connected to your service. It's connected to who you are. I've been branding fearless. I've been talking about how to do what you're called to do, whether you're scared or not. I was nervous to start this, so nervous. But like Nike, I was like, I just got to do it. I got to be fearless and just kind of jump out there. So those are kind of like the basics of branding. I'll get into like the technical stuff later on lives and bring in people that have really like done branding very well later on. But I want to read this quote. And this quote is from a book. It's called Fearless, one of my favorite books. And this quote is talking about finding your fearless. And it says, it's not easy to find our voice in a loud world. We wrestle with nagging questions that chip away at our worth, uncertain if we're up to the challenges around us. It's exhausting, carrying pain from the past, pressure from the present, and fear of the future. Is it possible to rise above the doubts that kill our courage to move forward? That's what Fearless is about, but that's also what Beyond the Brand is about. It's about finding the thing that you were kind of called to leave here, that thing that you feel like, okay, if I only have 15 seconds to talk to somebody and leave this impression on them. Let's say you have somebody that's kind of on their last leg and they need motivation. They need encouragement. What's that thing that you can kind of naturally say? I know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say be fearless. Don't be scared to live your life the way that you were created to live it. But what would you say? That's your message. That's your voice. So I want to talk about what kind of sets your soul on fire, like what gets you out of bed in the morning. Some people call it your purpose, and that's a whole brand that has inspired my whole movement. So shout out to Walk In It and Dr. J, because this has become almost like a seed from that. And so some people call it your purpose, the thing you were created to do. But the difference between that and your brand is that it is something that's solving a problem. So most people create businesses and brands to solve a problem in the earth. I feel like the problem that a lot of people have is that they may not understand exactly what they need to say. And so on the coaching calls, when I'm consulting, I'm helping people to really refine their message and define what is it you're trying to say, point blank, period. And so I have a couple of brands over here that I'm gonna show you all. I'm gonna see, let me see, just so we can break some ice. Let me see. All right, you guys, let me know if you know what this brand is. Y'all see it? Instagram, you see this? It's Authentic. Let me know if you know the name of this brand. It's a belt. If you know it, throw it in the chat for me, because this is a huge brand that most people should know. I just want to see where we are so I know. Yes. Hey, honey. That's my cousin and my partner. Honey said Versace. Yes, it's Versace. I'm not giving it away. Got to give it back. Yes, it's Versace. It's Versace, Miss Katina. Not Chanel. But I do have some Chanel. I have some Chanel over here. So it's the same. So brands are everywhere. They're everywhere you look. But what is it that you have that people can just identify by a logo or by a slogan? And so I just want to talk real quick about your voice and why that's so important. Your voice is super important because it's a consistent reminder of your future. Your voice is what kind of activates the things that will come after these moments. So let's say I wake up in the morning, I'm saying, I'm going to have a great day. Today is the day that I'm going to grind. I'm going to do it. My voice is going before me into the atmosphere to begin moving some things out of the way, to begin moving doubt out of the way, to begin to just shut down any negativity before that even comes. Your voice is constantly going out way beyond you. And so your voice, like I said, it's the message. It's the thing that you want to say. And I got to shout out Humble Beginners brand, because that's a major brand that I've been following. So thank you guys for jumping on my live. But again, that's who you are. Personified by an echo. It's personified by a sound wave, right? But then you have a voice even without talking. Like I just said, what is this? Everybody knew that's Versace. Well, some people knew that's Versace. But Versace is connected to major rappers. I think Rick Ross. Rick Ross is always in Versace. He may even have an endorsement, because they have connected his lifestyle, or the lifestyle of those that are in pop culture, hip hop culture, high-end culture, whether you have it or you want it, Versace is like a standard and it's exclusive. And so their stuff isn't everywhere. Matter of fact, if you get the real deal, you got to go to the Versace store to get it. And they aren't everywhere. And so when you begin talking about your brand voice and what it is that you want to say, you kind of want to think about the experience that you want people to have. All right. You want to think about, you have some brands that are very easy to access. Like you got 7-Elevens, which is like my favorite store, on every corner. But 7-Eleven is not a high-end brand. When you have a high-end brand, which is what I'm pushing people to have, your life is so valuable that you should be a whole experience. Hey, Igwiz. Everything that you say should be almost like an experience. Like you guys are experiencing me for the first time, and I'm experiencing a lot of you for the first time. And so your voice goes out and it begins to create an environment. It creates an atmosphere. And so again, you have high-end brands that are exclusive. You can't get that just anywhere. Well, your product, your book should be an experience. And depending on what you're offering and what you want to, how you want to position yourself, it may not be so easily accessible. Hey, Quay. I'm so sorry. Hey, Quay. But yeah, so that's your voice. Your voice is like your silent frustration. There are some brands that have connected themselves to major movements. Some brands that have said, I stand for being anti-hunger, world hunger. There are brands that have partnered to fight AIDS and HIV. I believe like the Salvation Army may be one. There's major hospitals that have partnered with other brands to be able to say, we stand for this. So brand partnerships is something that I'll talk about a lot later as well. But your voice is so important. I know I've just said that like 25 times, but so many times we get so blocked because we don't think we have something to say. And if you don't get anything from this talk, I'm just saying that you have something to say. All right. You have something to live for, and people should experience that when they come to you. So I've said your voice activates your vision. It's whatever that silent frustration is that you want to give voice to, speaking up for other people. There's so many people that are silenced and don't have a voice, and they don't have a platform. They don't have people to that know whatever their issue is. And so you have people that give voice to social justice movements like Black Lives Matter, which is obviously we all should know what Black Lives Matter is. It's a major movement. And so that's a brand. Thank you, Humble Beginners brand. I appreciate you. Somebody requested to join. Well, I'll get you in. Oh, okay. Hi, Butterfly Village. So I'm shouting out all these brands, but they're all people that have pushed past their fear to say, I'm going to do this thing. One way or the other, I'm going to do it. All right. Your voice is your elevator pitch. 15 seconds. You're on an elevator. It's going from one floor to the next, depending on how far you're going. And you only have 15 seconds to tell somebody who you are. That is who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and why do you do it. Who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and why do you do it. I am Jasmine on Instagram, Miss J Smith. I do social media strategy for Christian influencers because I believe everybody has a voice and they have someone to influence. And so I want to help you figure out who are your people, who are you called to lead, who are you called to influence, okay? All right. I'm just looking at these comments. I would love for you guys to be interactive. I'm going to kind of do like a Q&A a little bit later, so y'all can throw in some questions. Okay. And I have a request on Instagram for you to join the live. I definitely would love to bring you on. Is that Miss Katina? If you want to get on, I would love to bring you on in a few seconds. All right. Okay. So then the second thing that I want to talk about, I didn't even get to put up my cute little slide. So we talked about finding your voice. What's your message, right? And then secondly, I just want to talk about defining your vision. I love this topic because that's probably my passion. I was super blessed to start my business about in 2015, and I called it Envision Media because I've seen so many people that have an idea. Maybe they have a following, but they don't really know how to execute it or how to really get word out about who they are. And so Envision Media is pretty much a social media branding company. But I began just shooting videos, editing videos, doing graphics, doing photography, anything related to media. I learned how to do, thankfully, with a lot of coaches and mentors and internships, and I went to school for it. But I studied and I lived in LA. And when I lived there, I got the opportunity to work with a lot of people in Hollywood, in the television industry. And they gave me their phones and said, can you run my social media page? I said, okay. So I really want to push, before I even talk about your vision, like, it's okay to start from where you have to start to get to where you need to be. If I was not humble enough to take their phone and take pictures and post on social media, on Instagram and Facebook, then I think I would have been a little further behind. And I still do that, like, to this day. Like, I love serving. I feel like that has been the foundation of everything that God has blessed me to be able to build. And as I'm growing, I'm finding that the simplest things can be like a building block for your vision. This is why that's important, because all those videos, all of those, promo videos, commercials, graphics that we did now became a part of the portfolio for my company. So I was blessed to build organic relationships where I can, where I went home, I came back or whatever, started my business, but then I was able to go back to them and say, hey, do you still need your social media to be managed? How's your website? So it's so crucial to stay humble as you grind and build authentic relationships. Let me see, I see some comments. Evelina said it's okay to start. Yes, it's okay to start from where you are to get where you need to be. Serve. That is so crucial. And it's crazy because I'm going to get to the vision part, but I'm going to just flow for a second. It's just crazy because this is a generation, like our generation, millennials, we want to just go straight to it. Like, we want to, I want to be on live. I don't want to be the one behind the camera setting everything up. Like, our generation just wants to kind of go there. But whenever you're trying to build something that's going to last way beyond you, you have to start with a certain foundation so that it can last. Jeff Bezos, you guys know he started Amazon. Amazon started out as just a book publishing company, I believe. Then he expanded it to be a vendor to sell whatever you want all across the world. So this man has decided, after, I'm just throwing this out there, I think like 20 something years, right? Groundwork is key. Exactly, Claude. He's decided after 20 something years, I'm about to do something different. All right. Now this time we're about to go outer space. What do you mean, Jeff? You going where and how? But do you know the foundation that he's built with Amazon is totally unrelated to going out of space? But in building that, he's had to partner with so many thousands of brands and businesses, which are founded on people, which are people who have ideas and resources and money and millions. Actually, it was, I think, billions to go out of space. He had to put all that together to then do something that was brand new after like 25 years of something, or don't quote me on my timing, but he had to do something. He had to start with the foundation to be able to do something that's literally out of this world. This man is literally taking 11-second trips to the cusp of the earth. Just saying, like, you have to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. And so I believe that what he decided to do was already in his mind 20, 40 years ago when he first started the bookstore at Amazon. That's what I think. Because the vision that he had for Amazon was already global. Like, it was already something that was going to be here way beyond him. And then you have people like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs started working. He started working with Apple. He was fired from a certain position, right? And then he goes and is the CEO of Apple that blows up. Everybody, I have like 4 Apple devices around me right now, but he started partnering with the person that started the company with him. He was fired from another major company before he even got to be where he is with Apple. Oprah, I believe, got like 25 something crazy, just a crazy amount of no's before she actually got on daytime television. Walt Disney, didn't he drop out of school? Didn't the man that started McDonald's, didn't he not finish high school or drop out of college? So I'm just making the example of these people that have started a vision that has just impacted the whole world. They started off humble. They started off building on some type of foundation, but they had a vision long before that thing actually appeared. And so that's all this is about. Just reminding you that you have something that can impact the world. And then even if you don't want to impact the world, maybe you just want to impact your city. Shout out to City on My Chest. They're one of my favorite brands. I didn't bring the shirt that they did for me, but they did a custom Fearless hoodie for me. And they are making just all type of apparel all throughout the 7 cities. And now they're out of the state promoting the 7 cities. At City on My Chest. It's so crazy. And so all that to say, you have the opportunity to do that by starting at where you are and not telling yourself that you can't or it's too big. I didn't want to do this. I was scared. I don't like talking. I don't like being out in the front of people. But you know, the little angel on your shoulder that's like, you got to do this. This is who you are. And so I was like, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyways. And so that's what this is about, helping you guys to push beyond your fear so that you can tap into whatever it is that you have to serve other people. All right. Evelina, who is like one of my major partners, she does so much of the graphics for a lot of clients that we work with. And she designed my brand new book cover that I'm going to show you guys. She said, write the vision and it shall come true. Yes, absolutely. There's a scripture in Habakkuk that says, write the vision and make it plain so that people can see it and run with it. You got to put it down somewhere. So even if you don't get to build it, the people that's coming behind you can finish where you started, but you got to have something. All right. And so that's your vision. And then there's the last thing I want to talk about vision. And then I want to open this up to Q&As. I want to open this up to Q&As. I got like 4 minutes. Man, that went by real fast. That went by real fast. Hi, Yale. Hi, Sissy. Thank you guys for joining. I have so much family up here. Okay, so here's something I want to say really quickly, and then I'm going to do Q&As, and then I'm going to get off of here. Your vision involves more than just you. If you have something that you're not afraid to do, then I challenge you to rethink it. Because when you do something that's way bigger than you, it's going to take way more than you to get it done. This little talk took way more than me just to get started, even though I'm just sitting here. It involves a group of people. It involves people that you haven't even met yet, that you have to consider when you're thinking about this vision that you're trying to put in place, which essentially is your brand or your business. There's going to be some negotiating and partnering that's necessary. But I want to say this, you want to be so intentional now before you even get to where you want to be so-called, because you're always growing. I don't know if we ever get to that place, but you want to be intentional about the visions that other people have around you, because everything works together. So some people either are going to make it work with you, or some people are going to frustrate it. And it's going to be much more difficult to build. But there's nothing great that can be built with just one person. Nothing. And so you want to consider the place that you're trying to go, the type of people that you need to help get you there. And that's crucial to branding, because later on I'm going to talk about brand partnerships and how to connect to brands and people that are in alignment with your voice, your message, and where you're trying to go. So you got people that are going to either frustrate or manipulate your vision, or you have people that are going to elevate and add to your vision. And that's crucial. I don't care if you're starting a food truck. I don't care if you are going into buying Bitcoins, whatever it is, your partnerships, your alignments are so crucial. I'm so grateful to have healthy relationships and partnerships around me that help push me, that motivate me, that help me get stuff done. When I don't feel like doing it, they're like, Jazz, you can't not do this. Like, what do you mean? And so that's so important. Your vision is a picture of your future. Throw it on a whiteboard, throw it on a vision board, remind yourself of it every day so that as we build together, you have something that you're like, okay, one day I'm going to get there. And your voice is your message. It activates your vision. It's a consistent reminder of where you're going, what you stand for, and who you're trying to target. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm way over time. Like, I thought this would be short, but here I am. I'll have so many other people joining me later on that I am excited to let you all meet and talk through their vision, talk through their brand, how they got started, because it's a process that takes a lot. And if you try to do it by yourself, you will give up. All right. So I want to show you guys this brand before I go. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see this? If you can guess what it says, I already said it. So if you can guess what it says, then I might give some stuff away. And then this, can you see this? Instagram, y'all see that? Can you read it? Do you know what it says? Yep. Kel's got it. This is a brand new brand that my coach, mentor, family has launched, and it's gonna go all over the world. But I want to make sure you guys see this first, because this took years to get out. Right? It just got out now, but it took so many years to build. And the message behind it is to see Jesus. Wait, it's to see Jesus. It's about evangelism, helping people to see Jesus in their everyday lives. And on the back of it, yes, this is a brand plug. On the back of it is a simple message to lead people to Christ. Because I believe everybody is an influencer, whether you believe it or not. Everybody has something in them that somebody else is waiting to connect to. I know I did. And because of these other brands and businesses that went before me and laid some of the foundation, I can now come back and say, yeah, you do have a message. You do have a vision. You do have a purpose. And so I just want you guys to be inspired. I'm excited to do this every week, but thankfully it won't just be me talking to y'all. Thankfully. Anybody have any questions? I'm gonna open this up real quick for a Q&A. Anybody have any questions about, branding? I'll take two really quick. Yeah, this is a shameless plug. I'll take two really quick. Or maybe just give me something that you can kind of take away from this conversation. I appreciate you all so much for getting on. This is new, but I'm excited. Let's see. Yes, Evelina says, your connections help elevate you. Period. Stop trying to grind by yourself at 4 a.m. You got to get up to go to work at 8. Thank you. Okay. An example of our elevator pitches. Your elevator pitch is who you are, what you do, who do you do it for, and why. 15 seconds. You're stuck in the elevator. You guys connected. I am Jasmine on Instagram. I'm Miss J Smith. I do social media marketing and branding for Christian influencers mainly. Why? Because I believe everybody has a message that they should get out to the world. That's it. I don't know if that was 15 seconds. Thank you so much for that question. All right. And then If you're interested in multiple, this is my sissy guys. If you're interested in multiple avenues, how do you decide which one to invest in? That's a really good question. So you're interested in a lot, but how do you decide which way you want to go? I would say whichever one comes more naturally to you. Like I'm like that person. Like I have 30 things on my vision board that I'm like, okay, in 2030, I'm gonna be doing this. But there's steps to be able to get there. And so for me, I kind of lay it out and I look at which one of these things can I practically do now. I look at the resources that it's going to take to actually get it done. If I know that I need $60 million to do this and I don't have that yet, then I'm looking at which one of these plans and ideas will actually begin to produce some income so that I can then handle that $60 million vision. And so, yeah, like I said, lay out that blueprint for the overall vision and then narrow it down to which one of these can I practically start now that don't require as many resources. I hope I answered that, Yale. Thank you for that question. Okay, I have okay, how do you brand effectively with minimal resources? So social media, social media is like, I kind of give this example. If you started a store and let's say you began a store and you bought a storefront, but you don't have any signs outside of your door for people to know where you are. You don't have anything in, the newspaper to let people know where you're located. Social media for me is the metaphor for those signs that are on the outside of those windows. Like, how do I find you? Plaster it on your social media. There's a website, a free resource that I am going to give out free. I don't believe in holding stuff back, but it's a website that I use for a lot of my content. And this is a freebie, and it's called canva.com. Canva has templates for anything you can imagine. And so when I started doing graphics and things like that for clients, I use this so that I can build quickly. They have the designs already, and all you have to do is put the information in that you want it to say. They have pictures already, so you don't have to go take pictures if you don't already have them. But as you're working, as you are building, doing your sessions or seminars, I think that was Butterfly Village, Miss Katina, that asked that, taking pictures while you're doing it and then just post them. Live at such and such school, we're doing this. I'm excited to show you all more pictures later. Show it everywhere. You want to have a plan, but if you don't have a plan yet, it's okay to kind of just get started and put something out that is showing people what you're doing and why you're doing it. So I hope that helped. Take over your social media is if you have minimal resources. Do I have, am I speaking anywhere in the 757? Anytime soon. Yes, I am. On September 17th, I am at the Town Point Center in Norfolk for the Better Business Seminar. We're talking about this and so much more, but I'm doing that with a group of powerful, amazing leaders and speakers. I believe some are local, some may even be out of town, but Friday from 9 a.m. To 12 p.m., I believe, at Town Point Club in Norfolk. You can go to my Facebook page to get the info about that. It is called the Better Business Seminar, and I'll give you guys info about that. At Miss J Smith is all of my social media and all of that, so you guys can connect with me. And I have some resources and some things that I'll just kind of throw up here as I close. And this is the very last thing, and I'm done. I promise I didn't mean to be up here this long. But I do have a brand new ebook that I'm going to see. Let me see if I can throw it up here. It is a brand new ebook, and it is called Fearless Branding 101. And it is about helping you to discover your influence, I believe, like I said, everybody has something that they were, someone that they were created to influence, whether that's your small group or whether that's statewide or whether that's internationally for some people. But you don't want to just go about life and not realize you're influencing people, and you're influencing people whether you know it or not. And so I'm specifically talking to people that feel like you have something, people that you need to reach, things that you need to get out, but you don't know where to start when it comes to building your brand on social media. And so if you guys can still hear me, this is Fearless Branding 101 IG. I'll post that on my page later. But again, it is free. You can go to fearlessinfluencers.com. Let me see if I can type that in. Influencer.com. I apologize. If somebody has that, drop that into the comments. Fearlessinfluencer.com, where you can get that book. And if you go to the website and you decide that you want that book, you want even more content, the book is free. But if you sign up for my mailing list before September 24th, I'm going to be launching a 5-week intensive. It's only 10 slides. I have 10 slides for people that really believe that that's you. I'm an influencer, and I have people that I feel like I'm called to reach. I really don't know where to start. I have a really special offer for you where I'll personally be walking you through your social media strategy, increasing your online followers, but importantly, flipping those followers to be paying clients, like people that will pay you to be you, importantly. And it's a special network. And so there'll be a group of people that we get to connect with on a weekly basis for 5 weeks. And it is an exclusive special offer, calling it the Brand Masters Club, because we all have something that we're called to master. Only 10 seats left. And so if you can, go to fearlessinfluencers.com, get the free ebook, and then subscribe so that I can send you information about how to be a part of the Brand Masters Club. Thank you all so much. This was fun, but I'm going to get off of here now, okay? I appreciate it. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. You can follow me on Instagram at Miss J Smith, Facebook at Miss J Smith, and a new YouTube channel at J Smith Live. I'll be back on next Friday to talk a little bit more about the next step in your branding process, and I'll bring on a very special guest that I'll announce a little later in the week. You all have an amazing day. Talk to you very soon. Bye, Instagram.